Hey there guys, I am the Six Machine and welcome back to another Warhammer video. So whilst there has been a delay in the pre-orders for the next couple of weeks from Games Workshop, we have managed to get a glimpse at the upcoming Admech Combat Patrol Box. So first off, I think this definitely sets in stone, in my mind at least, that the Admech are going to be first out the gate when the Games Workshop pre-orders do start up again. And also this is just a slight confirmation that although we pretty much knew it already, it does seem as though every single army is going to be getting a new combat patrol box to replace their current start collecting one as their various codexes come out in the future. But let's dive in and take a look at what is in this new Admech starter box. As you can see on the screen now, the Admech Combat Patrol is very similar to the current start collecting box. They both come with a Tech Priest Engine Seer and 10 Skitarii Rangers, but then compared to the old box which gave you a Scorpius Disintegrator, you instead get not only the very nicely upgunned Onager Dunecrawler, but also a unit of Kataphron Destroyers. Now I've seen a few people say that these are breaches, but those are definitely destroyers, right? I don't know the kits all that well, but that's definitely the Plasma and the Heavy Grav option, which are destroyers. I don't know if the kit lets you build them either or on Games Workshop's website. They are two separate kits, but as I said, I don't know them all that well personally. I've never built any myself, but either way, definitely on the front cover of this box it shows some destroyers, so in my mind you are getting Kataphron Destroyers, not Kataphron Breaches. For a price point of £85, which this is almost guaranteed to be, I actually think this is a really solid starter box. Compared to buying the units from Games Workshop separately, you're looking at a saving of around £42, which is a hefty chunk, pretty much getting you the entire Onager for free. So there is definitely some great value to be found in this box. Even if you already have enough HQs and you don't need the Engine Seer, you can always just convert him or sell him, and the other stuff is still going to be a pretty good amount of value just getting that on its own. And what I also like about this box is that there is, apart from arguably the Engine Seer if you don't need him, but apart from that, there is no bloat in here. Every single thing is really useful stuff. Notably, from a gameplay perspective, you get two troops choices, or at least currently they are both troop choices, in the Rangers and the Destroyers / Breachers, and then a very solid heavy support choice in the Dunecrawler. So this is a really nice kit for not only starting a new Admech army and having a pretty fantastic little combat patrol to dive into. It brings you to roughly 325 to 350 points or so, depending on what upgrades you give various things. So it is a little bit less than some of the other combat patrols have given you straight out the box, but I do think overall there is less stuff here that you will think, oh, I don't really need that, or I don't really want that. Everything in here will be useful to you, whether you are, as I said, starting a new army, or if you're an existing player. I think that these units are still going to be ones that you will always want to be adding to your force, unless you have like 50 Onager Dunecrawlers. They're good units to have, and if you are expanding your army and improving your list, everything in here is going to be quite useful for you to bring, especially as we have seen in the rather impressive improvements to a lot of the guns that these units can take that we've seen in the Admech previews over the last few weeks. Whether it's galvanic rifles or plasma culverins or eradication beamers, every unit in this box has had massive buffs to their weapons, at least in the upcoming codex, so they will definitely be things that you should at least consider adding to your list if you don't have them already. The other thing that I really do like about this box is that it is a kit with a lot of customization. Unlike some of the Primaris ones, where things like Intercessors and Incursors have really quite few and very strict varieties of their loadouts, all of the units in this box have a great selection of weapons that they can take. So even getting 2 or 3 of these boxes will mean that you could in theory kit out 3 very different types of each of these units: Neutron Laser, Eradication Beamer, or Icarus Array Onager, Rangers with arc rifles and plasma rifle options, and even the Destroyers have a couple of options, as you can see on the box itself, with the Heavy Grav and the Plasma Culverin. So if I'm being honest, I think out of all the boxes we've seen so far, this is the one that I like the most, purely because of the customization available straight out of the box. And I really like that, because it means that you won't feel so bad about getting, you know, a couple of these, 2 or 3, or maybe even more if you really want to start a big army, to make something that has got a very varied loadout and looks very varied on the tabletop as well. So overall, I am really pleased with this box. I think it is a great one for the Admech, and I would definitely be picking it up if I was an Admech player myself. It gives you a solid little starting patrol, as well as some genuinely strong looking units to add to an existing Admech force as we get ever closer to the Codex release, which in my opinion should be in the next 2 or 3 weeks time. But that's it for today. What do you think of this newest Combat Patrol? Will you be picking up 1 or 2 or even more up? And how will you be loading out the units in it? Let me know in the comments below, and as always, thank you very much for watching. Please do leave a like and subscribe for more Warhammer content from me, but until next time, I'll catch you later, guys.